Yo, what's up? It's AJ Volucio. Um, this video is gonna be like a prelude to the next head count in Hades with Ton of Vision, and we was talking about like how it's gonna be like potent with because we're doing it on like the Leo moon. It's like this one is the brother to the head count in Hades. It's the choosing life in the Garden of the Dead, the Leo moon transit opposite Pluto and Aquarius, right? Um, and around that time the sun's going to be getting closer to the south node, and then uh Lilith is also there, and I think Juno is there as well, if I'm not mistaken, in Libra. And we were just talking about that just briefly. There's a couple text messages, right, getting that set up and shit. But in talking about that, I was like, damn, my knowledge on Lilith, it's like um basically like piggybacking off of just different shit I had read about, and other people's takes, like other astrologers on YouTube and shit like that. And fucking I don't think I ever like read a book on it, but like, just like shit you read online or whatever, like cafe astrology, like that type of shit. Um like I didn't necessarily have a like a connection to it on like a personal level. Like it was just, I'll just be using reference points for that space. So then I'm like pondering it now, right? Like what is it, like where do I see that at in my life, type of shit. And like Lilith is like, I see it as kind of like a more of a subconscious moon, so to say, meaning like it takes a while for it to like build up and actually exert something, right? Just due to the nature of it being like such a charged emotion, but still like a charged space, a charged train of thought type of thing. Because whenever we were talking about like the astrological bodies and shit like that, really it's just identifying a piece of like thought train that you carry, right? Like a type of consciousness you could get into, a way of thinking, a perspective to have, right? It's just naming the different like each body is naming a different like function slash perspective in which we all carry as a cognizant being, right? As a conscious being, right? I.e., being able to be aware of shit that goes on internally and decipher what it is, right? Um, so Lilith is being like, like, nah, fucking, bruh. I was just getting into a demon because I was like, yeah, bruh, I was fucking spitting right there. I guess it's not really like a, when I say demon, I don't necessarily mean that in like a negative connotation. I just meant like I like that feeling, and I just wanted to stay in there for a minute. I wanted to sit there for a little bit, right? Even just me speaking on it like this is still like I'm still in that space. You know what I mean? But anyways, next thought. So with it being like a subconscious type of moon, like it takes a while to build up. There's a lot that it um like sees as it's building up, so to say, right? There's a lot that like it accounts for, right? Just because it's like it's a slower moving cycle, right? So as opposed to like the regular moon, right? Fucking it goes around the zodiac in like 28 days, right? And that's not even like the reference point I was like looking at, but it's just based upon like as like something that you hold inside as an emotion, a feeling, it and it being like something that like isn't expressed outwardly at a rapid rate, right? The amount of time it festers and like accrues information is like more vast, so it like is able to charge up more right? And I kind of see it as like the space in which like you're holding emotion, a strong emotion, right? But you got to kind of tamper that thing for the sake of whatever is like the structure of reality or of society. I meant to say, um, like, i.e., fucking uh, you gotta have like manners or some shit. Like there's like you gotta care about like a certain like status or position that you would be in tandem with where that is at amongst the populace, right? So it's like you really get because whenever like you would just act off that emotion, right? Just like a very like wild type of emotion, cause like you know like in like the spiritual or like conscious communities and shit, like really the people well, most of that space is like women, right? And like they all be like, yeah, Lilith, woo, like on some like feminine shit or whatever. But like I bring that up for the reason that it is like Lilith is like praised for that type of thing, like of being like a like not being able to be controlled and shit like that. Just like such a raw emotion, right? Such a raw feeling. Um, which is like really I be thinking like or I just started thinking like the feminist movement and shit like that, and it's all like girl power, like we don't need to listen to no man, we don't need no man, I like all that shit, right? Uh, granted, I don't even know like too many people in my like in my own reality that be acting like that, right? But or like that really mean it whenever they act like that, right? Like that's really how they think, right? Really I just be seeing that shit like pushed on like social media and shit, but hey, maybe my circle is different than yours, right? Um, but like it's just that raw emotion of like not wanting to care about whatever structures are supposed to be at play, right? So it's like you saying fuck that type of thing, and it's whenever you act on that, people look at you as like, oh, what the fuck, like they really went against that type of thing. And granted, like everybody has different reaction to that type of stuff, so it's like even if they did say that like, oh damn, what the fuck, they could forget about it in like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or some people could think about it for a while. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So Lilith, if you look at the glyph, it's like a you can see it as like a, what is it called? Is a waxing moon, or nah? Cause the regular moon sign, um, it's the crescent, it's the waxing crescent, right? Damn, my bad. The waxing crescent. I was lagging a little bit, but then on the Lilith glyph, it's filled in, right? Meaning like the moon is filled in. It's like all shaded black. Um, but it's going like that way, meaning like it's more full, right? It had accumulated more. If you're looking at the glyph, the black part as like as the moon, right? Then you would say that's like the waning crescent, right? But if you look at like the blank spot, that the shaded part of like that is the crescent shape, right? Or it is a crescent shape. My bad, I did that. But it would be like the gibbous shit, like you know what I mean? Like if you look at the glyph, like the white piece that isn't shaded in, that like finishes out the circle of the crescent, would be like the gibbous moon phase. Meaning like it's like the filling up one, right? I.e., it's that accruing of emotion, that shit that's like that festers a little bit, right? Cause like even in like stories and shit like that of like the Lilith myth, it's fucking like Adam's first wife, and then she wanted to ride him, right? She wanted control in the relationship. She wanted to steer something. The feeling you have wanted to steer a thought, right? As opposed to the thought just acting out off a will, right? You want to go off and do this thing, and then the first thought you got on the way over there, right? if you had any thought, would be like the atom, right? The man, the thought. Instead of letting that rule and like be able to go through whatever will you had carried out, whatever vision you had carried out, right? In a more I want to say lighter manner, because it's like dealing with the thought, right? So there's not as much emotions attached to it. It's not like very heavy and shit. You don't have a lot of expectations. You just like, oh, that might be cool, type of thing. Or like, oh, I feel like that would be cool. That's like a cool thing to experience. I'll go do that. You know, keep it light like that. And then the Lilith comes in, the feeling, right? The subconscious one that accrues a lot, that festers, right? Now that wants to take over the thought you have. The shit that had been festering, some kind of subconscious pattern, ploy type of thing. And you know, at least in my mind, whenever you say like subconscious, whatever things like ploy or like some conscious pattern type of thing, it's like a tendency to like think of like the negative, right? But that could play out in a positive manner as well, because really your subconscious patterns and shit, it's just it's only there based upon your subscription of time that you use. Meaning like, what do you subscribe to in your allotment of time of the day, right? What is it that you do, and what is it that you feel and think while you do, type of thing, right? What spaces are you in? What energy are you funneling into um the pools of consciousness that create this reality, right? Where are you going at with that type of shit? Um so it could be good patterns as well whenever we say this. So Lilith, the fucking festering emotion. Even that has a, my bad, that has a kind of has a negative connotation. Festering, the not brooding. Um but you get what I'm trying to say. Something we'll say it's like the soup that's been cooking for like 10 hours, bruh. Cause you know once you cook food for like a longer time, it's more potent, more flavorful, right? You're getting like something stronger in taste, right? More bold type of thing. Like really, you really taste it. Like you could taste it in the air of it, right? Damn. Cause whenever you whenever you I just thought I was like, uh, Zay said, ton of vision. He's like record a video on Lilith because like some shit might come through, or whatever. He like shit might hit. Like yeah, this shit is hitting. But so shots out. Um, yeah, whenever like you could like smell that shit, smell the air on the soup, or like you taste the air right there. You taste the vapor, bro. You could taste the flavor. Meaning like whenever that feeling of Lilith starts fucking Adam, starts writing Adam, starts dictating what Adam is doing, your thought, right, that you wanted to carry out. Um that shit like creates like an aura around you, so to say. Meaning like people people could smell your energy when you say something, type of thing. Like um I say that meaning like whenever you like somebody says something, right, you could feel the vibe off of them, right? So whenever you feel the vibe off of that Lilith space, if somebody was in the Lilith space, right, acting off of that, or if you was acting off of that, it'd be like the vibe and the aura of like something very charged, something very like um see, when we start talking about like subconscious and shit like that, you start getting into like primal type thoughts, because it's like very like reactionary, very like this happens and this happens, this happens and this happens. It's like not like no room for like some like variancy or like all possibility type of thing. Meaning like yeah, I'm not sure if I like that addition, that breakdown, but we'll stick with that for now. Um Cause I don't know if that really conveyed what I was trying to say, but anyways, they're gonna be sensing that, just like that very charged emotion off of you, right? Cause it's just like tampering with your very every action that you're taking from that atom, from that thought, from like you trying to populate that family, right? From you carrying out that will, that vision that you had. You want to, if you want to keep that thing going, oh, now you're making a whole bunch of families, boom, grandkids, all that shit, just trying to keep something going, right? Good and bad, you know. Um, Lilith. Drink some water, bro. The past videos, bro, I ain't had no shirt on, bro. I don't know. I be thinking I need to be like professional and shit, and like I do think that, but like I don't know. We're in like new times right now. Like you get popping and like uh even in like a steamed way, I guess, and like I don't really think having no shirt on would be like having any effect on that, right? We're in a new world type of shit. But it do look nice to look nice, right? But Lilith, Lilith. Yeah, I think I hit all the points I wanted to, at least for this moment. Um, so yeah, this is like a prelude, prologue to the Head Count in Hades video coming up. Choosing Life in the Garden of the Dead, Leo Moon, opposite Pluto and Aquarius transit, reading, and just, you know, whenever you talk at any given time, if you're like not catering to some types of egos and means of like um actually I don't even want to say that, bruh, because okay, I'll finish that thought, then I'll give the rebuttal. um but my in Gemini, bro, I was like just be going, but yeah, like if you're not feeding like into an ego or some shit, meaning like a fixated something, right, that you choosing to fixate, meaning like I was going like that, uh meaning like their set guidelines like for this thing is rigid, so it's not necessarily like adding new things into its repertoire, right? If you're pouring into something like that, then it's what I'm about to say like might not be happening, like because whenever you talk, whenever you're just talking, you like you play out the transits and shit like that, right? So even if like people be recording videos, just like just like this right here, this shit probably correlates to a transit going on right now. Anyways, that was just for me to say like uh transit reading, Leo Moon opposite Pluto and Aquarius, and then spiritual talk, right? So yeah, out this shit. It's been AJ Evolution. Thank you for watching.